Hello, hello, hello. We are live on a Sunday, I know. I wasn't live yesterday, but I was on RP yesterday. I was being a big troll and planting all my seeds as I begin. As you may have seen yesterday. We are doing Fortnite today, though, as well. But I'll try and do some more pot stirring whilst I'm here. And then tomorrow, we'll do the first proper stuff, if I can, when I get back from my shoot. I'm saying that the hair's not it. It's me undercover, but it's also me as Tommy Wick, T-Wick. They never know it's me. I'm undercover. They can't say it's me. Barely alive. Change the wall. Too slow. Just wide. Barely alive. Looks too sassy. It's all good. We'll give everyone updates if you've not been around yesterday. As you can see, I've been sending messages to people. A little stalker arc. Obviously on Friday, shit went down. But I've been pot stirring for the past 24 hours. Where do we go? We start after Friday. Obviously, I got Franny and Nat to blow out the block. Then everyone who was around that day, I text like Patar. I said to him, put that money back in my account ASAP. Because I'm in serious trouble. And that's what he said, Deadwood. I said, you've had your warning. So I said, I spent the money back in my accounts ASAP then. And he said, I want to do more action versus talking to give myself what I deserved. So I said, I'll show you action. And he said, Sugar Timbers. I said to him, showing your true colours. Don't care for your family. He's snaking his boys, you know. He wants the death. And I did some more pot stirring with Steve. I said, so you're doing a gang that's falling apart? So he said not to trust, I think. And I said, how's the meeting in the car park going? So I had a little meeting, little spy on them. I said to be more aware of their surroundings as I spied on them. I did not learn a lesson from being on the block. Got them in a meeting there. And then they all sprinted off and ran. So I text Matt saying, run, little piggies. So I just been like, you know, cooking. And then with Tony yesterday, I tweeted out saying, oh, like, Mandem might be 25 mil, whatever. And then Vince was like, oh, you asked loyalty. And I said, well, why would I give loyalty when you sold 25 mil from me? Then Tony calls Tommy and says, hey, just set up this race with SK. What's this whole thing going on? So Tony knows everything. So what Tony did was he set up SK to be chased by Suarez and the whole PD. The best tweet was, yeah, the best tweet was that I just tweeted saying Mandem became Dem Man overnight. So we have some like loose ends and more pots to stir. So yeah, that whole chase was all set up by Tommy T, basically. Just Tony did it all, but Tommy just said we need to get them back, basically. Which is good. Saints backed on the timeline, so they're in my pocket, ready to go. So we got a pot stir here. Obviously, everyone knows the pot that could be stirred there. We have the whole city to talk to. We have this message from Solomon, which I know something happened with them and Solomon yesterday. So we'll see. There's more stuff to cook, basically. Lots of stuff that had. So I think a lot will happen tomorrow compared to today. So obviously, like I said, I'm going to go on Fortnite soon. But I'm going to try and organize as much stuff as possible. And there's lots of stuff that I haven't worked out yet. I need to let it flow as much as possible. But I think that my aim has got to be that I have to do Tommy T versus Mandem in any way possible. Throw this on the floor. Fuck these off as well. I don't care for those.
Tommy awake on Sunday? It's for sure demon time.
It's nice. It's a nice little storyline going on here. I feel like it's got some stuff going on. So I need to work out what I can do. So I don't want to do the gang app stuff because I think it's just shit. It's just a mechanic and it's too powerful. Like it's just, oh wow, now you can't do banks because I've taken you off of a thingy. I need to really cook about what I'm going to try and do. And also, like yesterday I didn't stream because I wanted to like meta lock it basically. Like it works out better because they get to get surprised by stuff. Didn't know what was going to happen. Wow, I'm going to van. The issue is all my cars are at the block, so I'm going to need to work out how to get my cars out of the block. What's in the van? I don't think anything's in this van. It's just some other van that I never used. I had a key in it at some point, didn't it? Yeah, as it stands, Qatar, Tommy, I don't think, Tommy doesn't know there's X. He does know. No, Tommy doesn't know. Tommy knows that the 25 mil is the gang stuff. Doesn't know that there's stuff in stolen, the gold's been stolen. Because Qatar stole gold from me straight away. He doesn't know yet. So I haven't RP'd me checking this yet. So the 25 mil is the what's it called? The money that they stole during the wars. But Tommy knows there's 40 million in gold. So when I check it, I guess what we'll do is we'll build the angel stuff back up. And I'll try and get the gold round for me. I'm going to have to work out. Do I get Gold Rush open again or leave it closed? UK Oil is also going to be closed at this point. Can you join that radio? I haven't got a radio though. I've got nothing. I need to get an inconspicuous car to drive around in. I've literally got a van. Tommy's money run out? No? No. Basically have 40 mil in cash and I have like 50 plus mil in assets, and then even Tony yesterday was like, oh yeah, do you want money? I can give you money if you want. So Tommy will be fine always. Local cars almost more bait. I always need to get like a buy a car. I don't know I've got. I think a van is a bit poo. It's good. I want to try and work out a way to...
Daddy T is so hot I am drooling.
I want to work out ways to include as many people as possible into the story. Like same with like the relationship thing we did back in the day. I want to try and include as many people as possible. So Tony knows a lot of it. Suarez texted me saying like call me. So I guess Suarez wants to find out information. We've got the Hydra stuff, which would be interesting. He's getting Angels to know fully. Because Angels don't even like the Mandem now. So I need to work out what, like, do I involve the Saints in any way, shape, or form? I don't know if I'm well enough to like them to run it nicely. Be good to get, yeah, good to talk to Lang. Solomon whenever he's around. God. Ow, 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 ow. See, if I've got to call someone now, I have like 10 minutes to talk to them, basically. Underdogs are off the leash. He'll be asleep. Lion CG. Would like a flying spur, to be fair. Should we call Mick? Yeah, I mean, I've got it saved as Mick, haven't I? But I get cars on the block back. Well, in RP it'd be better for me to go and like take a cruise, go get them. Like rock up like in... You rocked up in like a convoy. Just to do it like, just as a little flex on them. But again, that would be... I think all this stuff will be tomorrow, Tuesday, that kind of, you know. Oh god, ow. Listen, I need to add songs to this playlist. I'm making the End of Tommy T playlist. Larry's back. Yeah, I saw a little Twitch return. I wrote in the chat saying I was here. Fuck you heavy, but then he aired me, so. He didn't see me. His chat was moving too fast. Only farms. What is in this store? There's farming simulator in there. What do you sell? The weirdest shit. What? I guess it's for ingredients, people for storefronts. No defense, sign sitting on a fence. Oh. Money in an alibi. Got money back. Go. You have to scroll that. I have to scroll so far down to see that one, I know. So, plan of action. Needs to buy a new car. Obviously, I'd have to ask it. If I want any like new clothes, I'd have to ask ZerkaaLive. It would take too long, and it's not worth it right now. I can just run this, or I can run. I can run default multiplayer outfits if I need to. If this ends up being too bait. Best bet to get a new car is through Tony and Redline, and try and work that way and build that more. Low fuel. Where's our gas? Oh, there's up here. Does it work? Otherwise, my new van is just stuck here. I doubt Tony. Tony might be. No, Tony might be live, really. He has been live at weird times. I the wrong way. You know what? Best thing to do is to. Best thing I can do right now is plant some seeds.
If my grandma had wheels,
Bro.
she'd be a bike.
I just saw the player count. My God. Wow, you know, like, I do think though, right? If anyone wants to like if anyone wants to play in like 4.0 or something, this is the best time to like get on, make your like character, make everything, make a name for yourself now. Surely. But who do you RP with? I guess I don't know, but it's more like you stream and just make the best of what you can do. It'd be the best time to come on. You sit there and queue for 5 hours, that'd be the best time to be on and try and prove yourself. Because if you meet the right people, it's like that's like the best time to do it, I'd say. Right, let me plant some seeds. Right, what seeds do I want to plant? That one's fine because police officer. I'm not going to collude with that too much. It's not your fault. Just don't trust anyone in Mandem. Not that you would anyway. Did Solomon text me? Am I dead to you? Yeah, got you. Fuck's sake, why is he around? Why are you around? I was not expecting you to call me.
Trouble. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to text me, if I'm honest with you.
Well, you know what? I need to do something. I will give you a call in the not too distant future. Do you know how long you're around today?
Today, I can be flexible, mate. I can be flexible. If you want to give me like you say not too distant, what we're talking like an hour, 2 hours, half an hour, 5 hours?
The latter, the 2 hours plus.
2 hours plus? Yeah, that's fine, mate. It's fine. What I'll do is I'll just I'm sorting some little odds and ends out, mate. I'll just make sure in about 2 hours. I'll tell you what, in 2 hours, I'll text you, and then you know I'm around. How about that?
That sounds good to me.
All right, mate. Good to hear your voice.
You too. You too.
Oh, mate,
you'll want this talk, by the way. It'll be very important to you.
I think that goes both ways, mate. I promise you.
Okay. All right. Talk soon.
All right, mate. See you in a bit.
Later.
See you in a bit.
Right. W egg to end. Right, lads. My van will stay here, I think. I need to go on the other one. Right, that's a good part to go to. Right. Timing, son. Respect. Right, now. He's smart about this. So I'm meeting Solomon. Do I go meet him? Bring him to my house? I might send him on a mission to get me like a laptop.
How are you, Josh? And I hope you and your family have a blessed Christmas, ZRK heart.
Thank you, I'm all good. I hope you're well too. Christmas is gonna come around so quickly. Scary. I've not even been Winter Wonderland yet. Oh, we got to do the intro though, haven't we? We got the intro song. This is how my stream started today. Quick, 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 run, 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 run. Quick. Oh, yes. Anyway, right. We defeat Solomon. The hair is so bad. You're my least favorite kind of person, just so you know. Because somehow you manage to care about hair when I'm being undercover. It makes it so weird. Definition of someone who finds issue with anything, you know. Yo, what's good? Your timing is impeccable, my friend.
Tom.
Hello.
You there?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh no.
Tom.
Yo.
All right, I couldn't hear you then. That was weird.
It must have been like the cell service, you know. It gets a bit weird.
It's patchy, innit? It's patchy.
Yeah, it must have been going for one of those little holes where there's like not a bit of. I mean, I got the call. I answered it. I was speaking. I can hear you, so.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. Or maybe, maybe it's the lead lining in this room I'm in.
You're in a room of lead lining.
No, I just thought I'd say that to try and explain the
Probably
audio.
the bulletproof panic room that I'm in.
Is it? Oh, well, nice.
I ain't got one of those. Sorry.
Oh, that's a shame. Anyway,
Yeah.
Where do you want to meet?
What's your PayPal?
144.
144.
Yeah.
All right. Can I send you on a mission real quick as well, please?
Are you hungry or something?
I need a free Pete from you. I'll pay you a good price. Whatever you pay, I'll pay you double.
You need a what now?
A free Pete. So I need a food. I need a quad actually. Food.
Yeah.
Drink.
Right.
A radio. And a laptop.
Bosh. All right. Yeah. No worries.
And I'll ping you. And I'll pay
Mate,
you double
ping
whatever
me.
you cost you.
No, I don't give that money.
All right.
Oh, mate. Yeah. I'll go. So radio, food, laptop, drink.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. I'll crack on. No worries, mate. See you in a bit.
Yeah. Right, what's my most undercover base that I could think of up here? Anybody who thinks they could violate a boss? Someone's butler arc. Oh my god. The van is perfect, but will the boys see the van and go, oh, that's going to be T? I don't know. I think they'll be smart enough to not point me out. I think it'd be stupid of them to point me out at any point. They're better off just never pointing me out, no matter if they have suspicion. Hang on a second. Can you get in this? You get on this. I don't want that. Anybody who thinks they can violate a boss? Few Magoons that go uni. That eventually be a 6 spot. Oh my god. It's in here. A fence. Bro, that's like that was like a random nostalgia hit out of nowhere. What about meeting him in the vineyard? I had a meeting with Claire here once. That you can meet, like, in one of these. I can't, I'm in a van. Ah! How's server looking? Oh, it's busier. If ever leave my side. Oh yes. Show my Trials prowess. But Trials HD, man, what a game. Where the hell? What did Ubisoft do with my favourite beloved game? Bring me a new Trials. About time, surely. Do you want to go fence or do we go somewhere else? Fair, they're smart. You just release the Trials, the most basic bare bones maps, and just make it like, just call it Trials custom, and just let everyone have like complete open modding tools for it. So many games would bark off if they just did that. It's like such a cheese. Like, just make it a free-to-play game. Just do some microtransactions look good or something, and be calm. I like this. I like this. This bridge. It's like closed off. And it's like, it has a bit of sun that comes through it. I like this as a spot. So I should... He's likely to come from this side, so I should spin it around. Given the back doesn't sit in it, that does look a lot harder, doesn't it? Maybe that's what we're going for. Yeah, I'll take that. That's a pretty good dub. Can I have a gun out in my lap? Ah. Will it keep it? Will it keep it? Oh! I somehow was inside the car fully. Still. On that chair. Alright, push your gun away. Yeah, right. Leg slightly in. That'll do. But I have to make myself like move left and right. I remember. It's control and shift forward that way. Forwards, backwards, no. WSD, no. What happened there? I want to go hard. My body keeps telling me to take it easy. Now it's all a dream. Bought a Gucci hat and put money on my own head. Play the same song again, and I need to stop. We'll do. Share location. I was down in the basement. Messages? We found the replacement. Yeah, oh yeah, shit, I sent those, didn't I? Yeah, I'll be honest, still have a lot of questions about everything. Woke up, my family was in shambles. I believe that it feels like you push people into decisions they made. How? The one good angle I have is... Oh.
There you go, fella. Alright. I'll do welfare checks.
All right, mate.
Hey, y'all.
You look biblical.
I look what? Biblical.
You know, sort of
Going to
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, you got off the van and the whole van moved. That was impressive.
And you call me fat as well. So you sound like Jesus and fat. So I'm a fat Jesus.
No, I'm just no. It's dense, mate. It's muscle, innit? Right, I've got some food for you. Shall I put that in the boot of the car to save? It might fall through the cracks.
Yeah,
here,
go
you
for
know
it.
what I'm saying? Right.
Let me open out for you.
Thank you. Oh my God, it moved again. Right then. Right, I've got food, I've got drink, I've got a radio, and I've got a laptop. There you are.
Thanks, mate. That's right.
No worries. All good.
First peas though.
Say that again?
That's a lot of money, no?
No, like 12 grand. I think 12 grand's a
12
massive
grand,
amount of
nothing to you,
cash.
huh?
I mean, I've got 3.5 in the bank, so I think I'm alright.
3.5 grand.
Yeah, mate, I've got 3.5 grand in the bank, and
You
I
spent
reckon I'll be
12
fine.
grand.
Yeah. I've got 3.5 million in the bank.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah,
Right,
my
well,
business
who's
has
going
actually ended
first
up
here,
working
then?
out for me. Well, so I mean, I imagine mine's probably going to be slightly shorter than yours.
I don't know. You go first.
All right, make it easy. So I'm going to assume. Actually, I'm going to smoke a joint while I talk. So I'm fucking got a pounding headache. I'm going to assume whenever it is you came back, if you were brought up to speed, you were probably brought up to speed with a variation of my falling out with
Did
the
I
tar.
even get told about it?
Would that be
You fell out of
accurate
the
or
tar?
no? So this is completely new information to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so when was it? Month 2 months
remember
ago,
if you said
maybe?
anything. I'm thinking
I
back to
basically
my
came
head.
to the decision that I needed to
I mean, you told me.
get out of the city for a minute.
told me,
Unknown
are you
amount of
sure?
time to sort of just go clear my head and reassess things. Now, some things has worked out, but a lot of things hadn't, and I just needed to get gone.
Bada boom, bada bing.
So, but before I did that, I wanted
Went
to
crazy
figure
with it.
out why me and Batar had it was like a coldness between us. I spoke to Matthew Antov and was like, look, have you noticed this? He was like, no, I've not noticed it. If you think there is one, then
It's fine. I
have a
can
chat
just
with the
pretend I
guy,
didn't
figure
know.
out what the problem is. Fair enough, good advice. I was up at Zancudo, where I've got one of my businesses, waiting for a plane to arrive to take me away. And Batar comes up and meets me, and we have a chat. And the gist of that chat, because it was pretty short, was I basically, first of all, I gave him a few gifts. You know what I mean? Because I was leaving, so I gave him a few little bits and bobs. You know,
What'd you get
little-
him?
Well, I mean, at the time, you boys, or I say you boys, Mandem were ramping up to tussle potentially with,
He knows.
Cerberus and the Italians. So I gave him a dossier on the Italians, including a detailed blueprint of Little Italy, like how to get in and where to get in, all that sort of stuff. You know, the sort of stuff that money can't easily buy. I thought, it's a nice little gift, Anyway, so moving on from that, I basically said to him, look, I'm off, and I would love to know, there's a coldness between us. Before I go, can we clear the air and just be honest with me? And whatever the problem is, just you say it, and then hopefully we can leave here as friends, rather than leave here and there's this weirdness.
I just tweeted it out. Yeah.
And he looked me straight in the face and said, no, there's no problem at all. I've just been really stressed, lots of gang stuff going on, you know how it is. And I was like, okay, well, that's a lie. I didn't say to his face, like, that's a lie. It's just, it's just internally, I was like, okay, you're lying. So I went, all right, fair enough. Well, that's a shame. I was kind of hoping that we'd leave here as, as mates, but it's what it is. I've got to go. No, I left. And I was about 200 meters, I think, from my hangar to the AirX hangar, which is where my plane was waiting for. And he shot me in the back of the head. He then took my car, drove it up next to me, and made it blow up.
Made your car blow up.
Yeah, as in like he shot it until it, it caught fire, and then obviously the fuel tank ruptured, and then.
Why? What's the reason?
He didn't say.
Well, what do you think the reason is? Surely you should know. There must be some kind of. You just do it for no reason, right?
I
You
mean,
must have some kind of
mean,
inclination as to what it was that was making you guys cold,
well,
or why
yeah,
you
but
would do such a thing.
that's the thing. That's what I don't know. Why over the last 2 weeks that I was around, which is again a few months ago now, why he suddenly went cold on me. And I brought it up to, like I said, to Matt, and Matt said he had never a clue. So I was like, right, I'll ask Batar directly, see what the problem is. And he chose in that moment to not say whatever it was. Now clearly it was something, but what that something was, I don't know.
Was Batar on his own, or was he with someone?
He was, me and him were talking on our own, but Denzel was up there as well. But Denzel was just like there, you know what I mean? He wasn't part of the conversation. I think he just drove up with, he just
stayed there during the conversation.
No, he wasn't there for the conversation.
What do you mean he just like delivered Batar, or what?
I think that, they drove up together. I don't know if he delivered him, but they drove up together. But I said to Denzel,
And what happened? Like, what he just dipped out after?
I don't know, mate. I wasn't really paying attention, if I'm honest with you. All I know that it was just me and Batar talking to ourselves. I think as I walked out as I walked out my warehouse, I think Denzel was there. And I think I went like, "Oh, see you, mate." You know what I mean? Like he wasn't part of the conversation or anything like that. I didn't. While I'm on the floor, I didn't see him running around with a gun out or anything. So,
have you spoken to Batar and else since, like, to work out why?
No. So I was airlifted via EMS helicopter from Zancudo to the hospital. I think I was in surgery for a couple of hours, and then I was moved to the ICU. A friend of mine, apparently was in the hospital, clocked on what was going on. They noticed some people blacked out hanging around the operating room. So 2 of my mates grabbed the doctor that was friends with them, and they moved me while I was still comatose out of the hospital, out of the ICU, to a secure location where I spent the next, like a few weeks rigged up to various IVs and whatnot.
So there are people who are waiting for you, so that we're assuming that's Mandem members, right? You're assuming that's stuff people.
That wasn't my assumption. I wasn't comatose enough to make
I guess
decisions.
now you've heard that information. I'm guessing that's what you're assuming.
That would be a fair assumption. And I mean, one of the people said they heard Batar's voice in the hospital when they were moving.
Okay.
So yeah, but no, the first time I spoke to anyone from Mandem was yesterday.
Who did you speak to?
I spoke to Stephen, Matt, and SK.
And what was that? Just going through the same kind of story you just went through with me?
A little bit. Although, their attitude was, well, I don't know. Not the attitude. The demeanor was very off. But I've seen things on Twitter and on other places which might explain why that was. Plus, of course, poor Tommy Cruiser passed away a few days ago. So there's more than a few explanations as to why they were not themselves.
So, what kind of demeanor was it?
Just very guarded, like before, I was shot in the back of the head. A lot of the Mandem boys refer to me as family. I mean, SK said he only trusts 2 people outside of Mandem, and I was one of them. So it seems strange to go from, "Oh, Solomon, you're family." I mean, I was privy to conversation I shouldn't have been privy to, because I was like, I should probably
Families
go.
get shot in the back.
No, mate, your family stay. Okay. So it seems odd to go from that to being, shot without being told why.
I trust Solomon much. I do. He's never had no reason not to trust him. You must have some kind of inclination or some kind of.
Well, I mean, I know based on a conversation I had with Stephen asked me, obviously, because when I came to, I found out that Saints had nicked the bench, and Stephen asked me very bluntly, "Do you have anything to do with Saints taking the bench?" And I said, "No, I didn't," because no, I didn't. I'm very honest with you. I don't even think I know anyone from the Saints. But if the story being told or the assumption being made was that I was somehow involved in Saints getting that, then that would explain why they were being all, I say all, Stephen wasn't really offish with me, but SK definitely was. I don't know what Batar said. I don't know what version of events has been said to them since the last time they saw me, which was a while ago.
Knowing Batar, it'll probably be a contradicting story. I mean, I feel like he'd tell the same story differently 3 times to different people, so I don't know who it is or how long longer after it happened, he tells you.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, I never found out, so, you know, that says a lot in itself.
yeah. I mean, I don't know how
I'm finding
important
out from
I
you.
felt it was.
Evidently not that important, though. But something that's important enough for him to shoot you.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Back of the head as well, right? You said, or back of the neck?
Back of the head, mate. Yeah, I've got a lovely titanium plate there now. And to be fair to him, mate, it was like 200 meters distance, so it was a pretty good shot.
Seems to be a pretty reoccurring theme of these boys.
What, being good shots?
Nah. They tend to shoot family in the back of the head. It just seems to be a thing.
Okay, so I'm going to read between the lines and combine my assumption already I've got about Twitter and people no longer being employed in certain businesses, and what you're saying now to assume that someone's gone down and you've been shot.
You could say that.
Well, should I say it? Or is
You
that...
did say that.
All right. Is that what happened?
I'm going to need to know how truthful and honest you are and where your current ties lie, really.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Tommy. I've got no reason to lie to you. In the same way that when SK, Matt and Steve asked for what happened, my version of events, I've got no reason to lie to them. It's one of the benefits of knowing you are speaking the truth is that it unburdens you. The story cannot change because it is the story, rather than a series of events that I've got to try and remember what I told yesterday to make sure it tallies up with what I said today.
Let's just bring it back to your story a little bit, if I can. So you're saying that Stephen queried you quite bluntly about you being involved with the Saints and taking the bench.
Yeah, he said it straight outward.
Think there's any reason as to why they felt that way or he felt that way? I'm making him think that I
with you.
know
I mean,
something
I
at
used
least.
to do. I don't know how much you know about my past relationship with Patar and Mandem, but I used to sell a lot of firearms, which I got from Patar. SK also asked me yesterday, like, when I figured out that Patar had a bench, and I said, you know, it was roughly around this time a couple months ago. Just so you know, Patar came up with like a complicated system of. Well, he said it wasn't his system. He said it was someone else's system for how to place orders with the bench. You tweet something out, and then you go to a certain location, and then a phone will ring, and then you place the order via the phone, and then you put money in a certain location. Anyway, I won't bore you with it, but it was quite complicated.
Yeah, you're part of the business flow, basically. You're part of the workflow and how it works.
Yeah.
This is where I get to, though. A very common occurrence in these kind of workflows, so to speak, right? These supply chains, is that someone lower down on the supply chain tends to get a bit hungry and they get a bit, how do you put it? Just they get a bit tired of the same old processes and they want to eat more. So that hunger drives into wanting to find out the actual kind of root cause, you know? Infiltrate a dealer, find a supplier type beat. So it would make a lot of sense for you to have wanted to, you know, sabotage in some way, even if it had some kind of loyalties lying towards the Mandem and family, so to speak. Depends how strongly you felt, because maybe you've felt more strong towards money and power, you know?
No, I mean, I've never done anything that would jeopardize the boys. I mean, the day before I got shot, I was driving around as part of a six, helping them deal with some people they had a problem with. I mean, the day before I left, I gave them a load of guns and suppressors as a gift. I knew they were heading towards conflict, so I thought, I'm not going to be around. You boys use these. I don't need them. But going back onto the bench scenario, so there was this complicated way of, you know, getting, you know, A and B from this anonymous source. And Batar was about to leave, I think, for 2 weeks. He was going on holiday somewhere. And I said, look, while you're away, is this still going to run the same way as before? And he went, yeah, of course it will. Of course it will. I mean, I'm not the one running it. It'll run fine. Okay, no problem. Entire 2 weeks he's away. Doesn't work at all.
Snowing.
There's no phone calls, no tweets, nothing. I'm like, hang on, what the fuck's going on? Like, you know, and at that point I started to draw a line. Well, hang on. Is this really someone else, or it's a bit of a coincidence that I'm told it's all going to run smooth and then doesn't? So Batar comes back, and I have a meeting with him, SK, and some others on top of the Mandem block, and I go, look, I don't know if how this supply chain works or doesn't work or anything like that, but it certainly looks a certain way. And if it is that certain way, then I'd love to, work closer with you and, capitalize on the market. I think at the time the Sanguine Island stuff had kicked off, and at least 2
I don't know about the
manufacturers
Sanguine
of
Island thing
firearms
still,
were
by the
gonna
way, in
be looking
character
at 30
properly.
years in prison. So I made the point that right now would be a great opportunity for someone to really, get a bigger market share. And Qatar's reaction to me sort of saying all that was a very lackluster.
I just want to find
laughing
out.
it off in a, no, I'm not the source of firearms. Anyway, fast forward a few more, maybe another month after that, and I'm buying guns directly from Batar. I literally, I contact Batar and say I need, 20 Brownings, and then he comes and delivers me 20 Brownings. So he's pretty much at that point showed that this other system was never someone else; it was always him. Which fair enough, mate. You got to earn trust. You know what I mean? You can't have everything day one. That would be ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, again, going back to what you're saying there. I mean, look, I had no intention at any point of ever trying to snake Batar or the bench or anything else. I was always more than happy to be a cog in that machine, but I wanted to make sure the machine could move and operate.
It's weird because Batar denied even like having anyone else outside the gang involved. You know what I mean?
I would always argue for working with people than trying to work against people, because that's not.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't ocean dump him. Just a bit. I'm trying to put like 2 and 2 together, because him to shoot you, let's say if it was over this whole situation, they had suspicions of you being involved with the Saints or some kind of thing like that. If that was the reason, I feel like they would have done more than just blow up your car.
No, but the Saints and the bench thing happened after I was shot.
No, but I'm saying, but I'm saying maybe that was. I'm trying to connect 2 dots here. You know, I'm saying that Steve's asking you that, so that's where his brain's gone straight away after talking to you. So evidently he must know something.
I think that's because I get shot, right? Who, was buying firearms from Batar, and I'm very well known for being able to find out most things. I mean, that's a large part of my business model was, finding out things for people, and that was a business, by the way, that Mandem benefited from over and over again. So I get shot, and then I don't know exactly when the bench was taken, because I found out at some point, but I don't know if I found out the day it happened, a week after, a month after, or what. Then the bench gets taken. So, Batar's mind, he shot me, and then later on down the line, bench goes. So it's not the biggest logical leap in the world.
It snaked me so
speculate
easily.
I might have been involved in it. But that logical leap fails when I wanted to take a bench. A, why would I work with a gang that I've never met? And B, why would I work with any gang?
I'm just trying to freeze the trust.
If I wanted to steal something, why would I steal it and give it to someone else?
Really. Let's say post all that happening now. How do you feel about like Batar and?
I will never trust a single word out of that man's mouth ever again. He lied to my face, and the worst thing about it all, he found it easier to shoot me in the back of the head than have an honest conversation. So all I asked of him was just tell me what has caused me and you to drift apart. Like, explain to me why I'm getting the cold shoulder suddenly. As a friend, that's it.
To be fair, though.
But apparently that was too difficult, and it was easier to shoot me in the back of the head. Like, that boggles my mind. If I've got a problem with someone, I'll tell them to their face.
The trust can be he gets Batar.
I sure as shit ain't letting them walk away that long that they think they're absolutely hunky-dory and then shoot them in the back. Like, that ain't the one.
What do you know about me? Because you know something, I know you do, because of the way you spoke.
Well, I saw a tweet from you and then some responses from Vince. I thought that was weird. And then I was browsing, the old employment app. I couldn't help but notice that suddenly no one from Mandem was employed at Gold Rush. So I surmised that clearly something had happened. I don't know what, but something. And when I was with SK yesterday, I said, oh, you know, I've seen these tweets. What's that about? And SK said, oh, you know, you shouldn't believe everything you see on social media, Solomon. You know that. And I said, yeah, that's fine. But then I can also see that, you know, everyone who worked at Gold Rush has been fired from Mandem. And then SK goes, oh, well, this bank won't rob itself and they'll get in a car and leave. So
it looks like Patara and the only guy who lies to you in the Mandem.
Well, do you know what's really bad? Is when I said about, you know, the whole Patar lied to my face and then shot me in the back. I said, you know, SK, you know, if me and you had a problem, I know full well you'd be honest with me. And then if there was a real problem, we'd either scrap it out there and then, or we'd talk about it. I know you'd never lie to my face. And then 30 seconds later, he lied to my face, and I thought, well, that relationship shifted.
It's all talk. It's what they are. I've known it a very long time. I've known that's what the Mandem are. They all talk. And they prove even more so by the fact that I got to a point with Mandem, right? Obviously, me and you have spoken about Mandem many times, that I obviously built that from the ground up.
Yeah.
Put blood, sweat, tears into making that what it was, and trying to give everyone a place and a kind of family that they can really thrive from. Now, many times I've had feelings about, you know what, like, these lot are a mess. It all looks good and dandy from the outside, but when you're inside, it's a mess. So I'd come back from being back at home. I'd be in a war. The bridges have been burnt. There's like no communication. Everyone's telling me different things, different stories. Stories don't check out when I ask people in other gangs. And then there's gang members who have not even progressed. They've not even done anything in the time I've been away, you know? As much as I was a leader of that gang, I also did everything from the ground up. Like, learned the whole bank system, did all that. Learned the driving, did all that. And a lot of time, that gang relied on me for every skill that I had, until we got people in who had those skills to actually benefit us further. There are people in that gang who have wanted to do certain things, or have said they want to do certain things, since I started that gang. Since their first day in that gang, they've spoken about learning how to hack a bank. Yet we're here 2.5 years later and they've not even done it yet. They've not done anything yet. Yeah. And they're still sitting with no money in their accounts, waiting for handouts every day, hoping that myself or Patar would help them out. Obviously, I made Patar 2IC, right? I made him second in command, and he basically became the leader whilst I was away for a long period of time. I had a big court case back at home, and he was the one controlling the gang. Issue with Patar is he's an enabler. He's an incredible gang member. He's an enabler. He lets everyone else around him be lazy because you get to use him. He's so easy to use. He's so easy to manipulate. You can literally just use him and get anything out of him you want. You want guns for free, you'll get guns for free. You want money, you get money. You can do what you want because he's a people pleaser. And he'll say one thing to you because he wants to please you, and he'll say that the opposite story is someone else because he wants to please them too. That's what he does, you know? But he's super loyal. At least I thought he was. He was always loyal to me anyway.
Until he wasn't.
So I decided that I had enough, right? To them, it pretty felt pretty like out of the blue, out of nowhere, but it had been something that had been brewing in the back of my head for a very long time. I just was just sick of the same stuff, and I care about Mandem and where Mandem goes. Ultimately, it's what I built. And I'd hate to see it be destroyed. And I felt if I didn't do something about it, then it was already happening. We was already halfway there. As you know, Saints at the bench. Saints done a lot more than that just to the boys as well, you know? They've knocked their confidence and they just ain't the same anymore.
Well, I know there was
but that's a great example and testament to me that the gang isn't what it was. So at one point that gang was at the top, rivaling the biggest and best gangs in the city. From nothing. But now it's bottom of the barrel, just a mess. And no one seems to understand or realize that or see it. They're just stuck in their own little, I don't know, just ways. They're just stuck in their ways of complacency. And I've tried to change it many times. I've put out threats there. I've said people lose their chains. Everyone's replaceable. I tried to do a lot of things. But it don't ever change. Nothing changes. They all talk. We'll sit in a circle and we'll talk about it. And they'll look to improve. And then, guess what? A week later, we're back where he was again. Back in a circle, looking to improve. 2 months later, back in a circle. We're talking about improving. Nothing changes. All the same every time. So I said, you know what? These lot need a shock. They need something that is going to hit them to the core and make them wake up and realize it ain't the same as it was. So I had two options. It was I go there and I have a massive culling and we say, right, chain off, chain off, chain off, chain off, and we leave about 5 members left in the gang. Or I step away and I realize that I'm not going to be there to hold their hand anymore. I can't bankroll them anymore. I realized that they had used 20+ million from Gold Rush just to fund every war they was in. Because they don't need to work for it. They can just use my money, you know? Qatar was giving them my money. So I tried to step away. And they all begged me to stay. And they all like just kind of emotionally blackmailed me to stay. Saying I don't even need to be around to be a leader, you know? It's my gang, it's what I built and it's what I taught them. That you don't just turn your back on family. Next day, I meet up with Patara and SK. Apparently everyone's got a different attitude now. They're not in that emotional attitude. They're more logically thinking. They're thinking with their heads now, not their hearts. So I was honest with SK and Patara. I found out from Patara about the money he had stolen without asking me and how much it actually was, because I found out through the angels. And I was trying to get into SK's head, like, good luck. You need to like really switch up your mindset for things to change. And I told him how my thought process was of leaving and stuff like that. And he listened to me, but he weren't listening, you know? It was in one ear, out the other. He's now got this new chip on his shoulder. He's now been appointed the leader, which I missed out, by the way. In the first meeting that I had, I said, when I came leader with Mandem, it wasn't I chose to be it. It was voted in by everyone who was there. So I got everyone there to vote who's Mandem. They all said SK in a heartbeat.
That would have been my choice.
It makes sense, but I didn't pick anyone, right? Because when I said it'd be a new 2IC after Patar. I've made Patar not 2IC anymore as well. I'm skipping some stories here. Just it's a long story, you know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But Patar was removed from 2IC, just wasn't good enough, and he wasn't helping anyone, and needed someone there. So I said to them all, kick into shape. This is the week before. Kick into shape, and the person who sets up the most will be 2IC. No one really did kick into shape properly, you know? They all tried and did their little thing, but no one really got into it. So I didn't pick anyone. But SK become the new leader, right? So now, evidently, SK is now, it's like my gang. It's his gang and his ways. And somehow he's convinced them that Mandem is a kind of chain down, body down gang. And they're trying to say that I'm the one who said that and that's what I taught them. When no one who's ever left the gang has been shot because they put their chain down. I've always had a thing of if someone was unhappy in the gang and wanted to change their lifestyle, then they could talk to me and they could, you know, they could walk away in an amicable way and give them that option. I give them that respect because they're still part of the family. They just don't want to be in the gang anymore. They want to do something different and seek new horizons and adapt their own way, you know. Everyone has different things they want to do and achieve. And if being in that gang doesn't let you achieve those things, then you can go and do it. You know, if you're leaving with the right attitude and intentions, then I have no issue if you're walking away from that gang. You haven't got to be blooded in, blooded out. You get given a chain, and if you don't want to rep that chain no more, then I'm not going to force you to keep it. And I'm not going to shoot you for not wanting to keep it, you know? I want someone who's there who wants to be part of it. Also means that people can leave easier. It means you get more loyal people because they're more willing to stay for longer because they know that they haven't got to like stay for the sake of it. They're not staying from being scared. They're staying because they want to be there. Anyway, so I had this conversation with Patar and SK. I call out some members and say there's a lot of dead within the gang. There's a lot of people in that gang that are just not adding anything anymore. So SK in his new leader role should look into find out who these people are. And I gave SK a test. I said, as a leader, you know they exist, so you should highlight them for me right now, just to see if he's like actually going to take on that role and actually really be honest with me. He didn't name anyone. He said, oh, it's a new, fresh start. So I knew there was no action happening. So same talk all over again. They're going to go in a circle and say how he needs to kick into gear now. skipping a couple more conversations. They go to leave because we're going around in circles, them two now. And I put my chain down so you can take this with you as well. You know, just to show them that it wasn't for me anymore. And then that could go to the gang. They could say, right, T is actually fully left. He ain't got a chain no more. We've got his chain. So they can actually, you know, kick on. That's all I care about really, is what's best for that gang, right? I want that gang to progress and move forward again. If it's getting someone who's going to be a leader, who's there active every day and pushing them on every day, making sure no one gets complacent, then so be it. I'd rather that than me being there helping it rot to its core. Put my chain down, walked away, and then hear a bang. I'm on the floor. EMS are saying, "You right, sir?" Turns out SK shot me. Back of the head. Back of the neck, in fact. Guess he missed. He's not as accurate a shot as Patar.
Fucking hell.
Left for dead. Drove off.
Yep. Sounds familiar.
Luckily someone coming off the train must have noticed that I was just on the floor lying there in the station and called the EMS for me. Then get out of hospital and check my bank account. Bank account, should I say. Qatar has stolen millions from Gold Rush, stole millions from UK Oil. And they had drained any gang account, I guess, hoping that I wouldn't do the same to them.
Wow.
So instantly,
Okay,
I got that's why they all get
tweet.
sacked. That's why they all get sacked, because I had to cut off access. They had access to everything, all my businesses. So they've just proven themselves even further. I said that they need me for handouts and they need my money. Turns out they did, because now I'm gone. They had to take my money just for their last snatch and grab. You know, now they haven't got to work, they haven't got to change, they've not got to adapt because they've taken the money anyway.
Like a cushion.
So I said to Patar, "We've got two options here: repay all my money back, or I cause a whole world of issues for you lot." And all he could reply to me was a simple meme of the shiver me timbers, trying to pretend he ain't scared. So I got the block bombed on the same night that I got shot. Just let them know I'm serious. So now we'll see. Now we'll see what they're really up to.
What do you think they are really up to? I mean, do you reckon there's going to be like more, or do you reckon they're going to just hunker down and hope you leave them be?
I mean, so yesterday I spent a good amount of time, you know, following them around. Had my camera out, you know, zooming on their meetings, trying to take photos of them, sent photos to them. So they knew that I was following them. Said run little piggies, because they all darted out of a meeting in the block when I'd sent the photo over.
Nice.
Mental warfare, you know, right now. We're keeping it nice and simple.
I mean, who doesn't love something counterintelligence and mental warfare, mate?
So maybe we'll
Bread and butter.
slowly heat up, you know, we'll see how they can take it. I think what they're going to come to realize is that the Mandem is Tommy T.
What's your end goal? Is your end goal to like teach them a lesson, or what? I mean, like, how does this end for you?
One thing that you might not know about me is I'm very petty. Someone wants to f me over, I'll f you over 2 times as hard, 10 times as hard, in fact.
I don't know if I'd call any of your actions of this petty, mate. I mean, they shot you in the back and then robbed you.
Oh, but I'll make it petty.
I don't think... Yeah, I mean, I feel like petty isn't quite the word, but yeah, I get it.
Well, in many ways this could play out, right? Ultimately, I still want what is best for the Mandem. That hasn't changed. But maybe what's best for the Mandem is that none of those people are in it. I mean, they're living on a block that I own.
Interesting.
Everything that they have is from me, realistically. Patar is a massive assistance in that, but Patar turned his back on me. If there's no Tommy and Patar in that gang, then there's not a whole lot of stuff going on. Maybe there was stuff going on, but they've lost that as well, as you know full well. So what do they really have anymore, you know?
I mean, your money and each other, I think.
And as I said, the Mandem is Tommy T. So a lot of this city, even though it has changed a lot, I feel like I coin a lot more favors and a lot more connections than that whole gang combined. And a lot of those connections that we have, Mandem so-and-so, Mandem so-and-so, is ultimately just a Tommy connection with that gang. And it's like a respect that's fought from the fact that I built that bridge with that gang and never turned my back on that, you know? So my end goal is a reality check for them.
I mean, is there a world where you can see yourself like sharing the same space as them again, or was that boat floated?
Who knows? SK and Patar may have... That might be gone. I mean, SK was my boy, you know? He slept on my sofa for a time. I taught him everything I know, really. Maybe power's got to his head now, in one day.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Never thought I'd see the day when he lied to my face, but there we are.
Likewise, I never thought that I'd be receiving a bullet from SK. I probably upset Patar, to be honest. I called him Deadwood to his face.
It was SK that shot you?
I know, but I probably upset Patar, though.
No, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, you'd think if anyone was going to get upset and shot, it would be...
Yeah, but if SK's leader, he probably needs, you know, he's in that mindset of he's got to prove himself.
Yeah.
Can't like a weak leader. Can't be just bossed around by the ex-leader, you know? So we'll see. I don't know what my full intentions are yet. But I have many tricks up these sleeves.
I bet you do, mate. I bet you do.
I don't think they're prepared. So it depends. I really trust you a lot of information there, and the stuff that I've told you, they all know. And that's that's where I draw my line with you currently.
Nah, that's fine, mate. I know this is my golden rule. I never ask people for stuff that they aren't willing to share. If not willing to share it, I ain't pushing for it. Never have, never will. You know,
everything you know, they know. So
mate, there's nothing. I'll be very cut and dry with you right now. That you could tell me anything right now, and none of it is going back to them. There is zero reason.
Okay, I'm off.
For me to lift a finger.
I'm going to cut you off.
To assist them. Carry on.
So, if you heard about my feelings and actions towards the Mandem, you'd know one thing that I hate. One thing that I can't stand. Is talk. Because a man can look me in my eyes and say whatever he wants. It's a game of chess after all, right? You can talk to me what you want. You can say what you want. You can say that I don't do this, I don't do that, I do this, do that. I've been in the city a long time. And there's not many people who have stuck true to their word that whole time. Which is why I have a lot of connections with a lot of people in the city. Because I always have. Because what matters the most is action. How do you act? What are the things you do? That's what matters the most. That's what lets me judge you as a man.
Yeah, I get that.
So like I said, I don't want to hear anything from you in a sense of what your values are or how you've been in the past.
Yep, get it.
I guess our mindset would be, you got shot by Patara, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it depends if you want to get action back on him for that. Or are you not a revenge kind of bloke?
I guess that remains to be determined. I like to be a bit more creative when I get revenge. Anyone
Yeah,
in the
I
city
didn't see
can
what a
put a gun.
revenge was. Didn't say you got to shoot him back in the head. Just curious to see where your mind is at. Is your mind at the point of you want to get some kind of get back, or do you like to draw a line in the sand and say, you know what, it is what it is. That's the game.
I'll be honest, mate. I'm still ruminating on that.
Well, I guess the day you decide that, you give me a call.
Will do, boss. You gonna be around much, or
I should be.
not so much? Okay. Well, I'm meeting with a few people tomorrow, so that might help finalise my vision. And if it goes the way I think it will, I'll give you a call.
Who you meeting?
Some of my old boys.
They all know? I guess they all know, right, about you?
Yeah, no, they all know. They all know. These are some of the people that I did a lot of my snatch and grab and wet work with. You know what I mean, like the Die Hard.
Okay.
So I kind of want to see where their heads are at with a few things, and if they answer the way I think they'll answer, then we'll be back in business.
All right. Well, like I said, just let me know.
I think you'll be getting a call tomorrow, mate.
All right.
In the meantime, if you need anything, you just let me know, whatever it is.
I
You know,
appreciate
whether
that.
it's food, radios, laptop, a gun, whatever.
Maybe I'll give you a call as well.
Phone's always on for you, mate. It's just you driving around in it at the moment, then I guess it's part of the incognito thing.
Nope. Just the vehicle that I'm meeting you in.
Fair dues, mate. Fair dues. Well,
Just someone who can pick you
maybe
up.
oh yeah. No, don't worry about that. I've got to pick up.
I know it's cold outside. I think you just stay in here. I'm gonna leave you here. Sorry, mate.
Nah, it's all good, mate. I've got to pick up. I'll see you around.
All right, later on. Pete and Baz teaming up because Josh is ancient. I will play Pete and Baz because what a vibe. That's if I'm in his cinematic. He likes that kind of stuff, and he likes the cinematic end, so I'll give him that respect. He put out his phone twice in that meeting. I was going to query whether I should be suspicious of him doing that. Even though, yeah, I know he's not, but... No, because you could be a setup. You could call and say, or you could message with ping and say where he is, and it's already said I'm meeting Tommy.
Did you record your antics yesterday?
No. Just making content for others, you know? I'm planting my seeds for the week. It's better if it's like a slow cook story throughout the week. Like I said, I'm trying to get as many people involved in a storyline as I can that makes sense. I don't want to just shoehorn someone in because... Sorry, it's pretty loud, isn't it? I don't want to shoehorn someone in just because I want to get MRP. I need to get people in that make sense as to why they're coming in.
Tommy Wick about to be on crud. Save Keely.
Obviously, Solomon makes a lot of sense because he's been shot. I mean, I know it at OSC, but I didn't know it actually in character, or actually the whole storyline of it. I don't know why he got shot. Actually, OSC, I don't know why he got shot. I'm assuming it is because of what he said.
Why don't we get Solo Man to run UK Oil so we have some money coming in?
And like Solo Man. Yeah, I mean, they are feasible things. I can get him to run UK Oil, I can get him to help run Gold Rush, I can make him a whole ton of money. But it's trusting him is the hard part, and it's so close. But yeah, he has to then be on Mandem's good side. This is also a hard part. And I guess, yeah, we could try and turn some people on each other. It's whether or not any Mandem boys are willing to turn on each other. If they are, then it would make the story even spicier, to be honest.
You need to start having weird outfits on stream. You role-playing in a tuxedo is jokes.
That character has to make...
Curse lit.
I don't want these streamers to suddenly just decide to turn around and start going against me. Or going against them, sorry. It has to make sense for their shit they've been doing. Is anyone like how available? Yeah, I'll be honest, I still have a few questions about everything. I got up and it was in shambles. Don't. What? Tommy wouldn't trust Saint enough, though. Like, the issue is you have to be careful who he talks to, and why he talks to them, and how he talks to them. Call me if you care. Winston. Jesus, alright. Winston, brother. Tooth and tuck for the text, mate. See that? It's care straight away, brother.
Hello.
Yeah. You said call about care, so I called. I proved it.
I respect that.
What's up? You have a reason to reach out to me if you're texting like that, so... What do you think is going on?
My family is dying.
Bro's got like bed voice with me. What do you mean it's dying?
I don't.
What is he? Maybe he's hitting me with some like emotional. You don't what?
I don't know you that well.
He's hitting me the Sag Farm, bro.
And I'm gonna be honest. I care, but I don't care that much if you're the leader or not.
Okay.
All I do know is
fair. I respect that. That was quite cool.
we'll be okay under SK. But I don't think we'll ever be as strong as we need to be.
And why is that?
Just look what you created, Tommy.
Mm.
And look what happened when you weren't here. Then you come back, obviously disappointed.
Oh.
we haven't spoke all that much, but there's one thing. There's one thing I remember you said.
He's barking off right now. Go on, son. Audio
The day you turn your back on family. No, you said the day you drop your chain is the day you turn your back on family. Now I don't know what your reasoning was.
Did I ever say this, by the way? I'm so baffed. When have I said this?
But I did not expect that.
Because I can't work out if I said it. Or did I say it in a threat way?
I'm not calling or talking to you because I want you back, because I don't. I just want to know why.
When did I say this? So I got Vince saying to me that I've always taught you guys chain down, body down, and I think it's waffle, because people have left my gang when they've chosen to, and I've let them walk.
Like who, Dwayne?
We're not a South Side gang. Dean got to walk, and he was with the gang.
You didn't shoot Dean?
I shot Dean recently because he refused to give me my vest back. He had a Mandem vest and he refused to give it back to me when I asked him for it.
So what if he would have
Dean
kept
caused
it?
literal nightmares for the Mandem, right? My life around. He stirred so many pots and caused so many problems for the gang overall that he was like a virus to the gang. He had to be dealt with, and he still walked. He only got shot by me recently because he refused to give his vest back.
He shot me. Twice.
Dean did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and I only shot Dean
He kicked me off the block. He told me I wasn't welcome in my own home.
We had a gang member, right, who wanted to become a cop. Right? Changed their whole mindset on life, didn't like the criminal life anymore, and wanted to become a cop. Guess what I did? Just let them walk. Because for me, what mattered most was the fact that people were leaving for intentions that were right for themselves, right? If someone's leaving on the basis that the gang life isn't for them anymore and the man is not for them anymore, then I'll let them walk. Doesn't mean they're not family to me. Doesn't mean I don't respect them anymore.
So why didn't you approach us with a gentle approach?
I told you.
Saying that I'm not in it no more. I wish you the best. I'll always be here. I love you.
I sat in a fucking meeting at my house trying to do that. I said I want what's best for the gang and what's right for you guys. And what's right for you guys is me stepping away and having a leader that's active and push you forward. And you can get rid of the complacency in that gang and the reliance on me. And I have to step away fully, right? If I just step down as a leader,
I agree.
If I just step down as a leader, everyone will look at me still. There'll be a new leader. Let's say SK's new leader. They'll look at me and say, "What does Tommy think, though?" Because ultimately, Mandem is Tommy T.
Yes.
Right. So look at me and say, what does Tommy think? So the best thing for me to do was to leave entirely. I thought this through a long, long time, Winston. I know these people inside out. I've known them for a long time. I know what makes them tick. And all they ever do is talk, and don't change.
Yes.
So the best thing
until you are around. When you're around, everybody is
exactly.
Perfect.
So best thing for me to do is send a shockwave through the whole gang and walk away entirely. Which is what I tried to do, right? And everyone stopped me. Next day, I met Patar and SK. I found out a lot more information I didn't know about. I learned the fact that Patar was taking money from Gold Rush the whole time to fund the whole gang, and I was 20 million down from Patar alone from Gold Rush because he was funding every war and everything that went through the gang through Gold Rush, which he was an enabler. He was letting the whole gang be complacent and lazy because no one has to work for money because money comes from me. Right? So I called him out on it and said he's an enabler, and that's why he couldn't be a 2IC. He's a great gang member, but he's also a bad gang member. He's great because he helps everyone. He's so loyal. But he's bad because he enables everyone around him to be lazy as people use him. Yeah. He's too easy to use. He's so easy to use and easy to manipulate, right? So as I told him to his face, and I said, look, ultimately, I said there's a lot of gang members who are deadwood, right? They've not improved or changed in years. And they always say about they're going to change, you want to do this, they want to do that. And they never do it. So I called him out on it to SK and Patar's face. And I said to SK, as a leader now, right? I want you to step up and tell me the people I'm talking about. And he couldn't. He wouldn't tell me.
Of course he couldn't.
He said it's a fresh start, right? He said it's a fresh start, my gang, new gang. Fresh start. Of course everyone gets a new try, right? So I said, all right, cool. You failed your test because he didn't step up. He didn't show me there's going to be action in that gang anymore.
Oh, so he stepped up, all right.
Yeah, so I just put my chain down and said, I don't want to be part of it. Sorry. I walked off, got shot. SK shot me in the back of the head. Turned his back on me. That's what turning back on your family is, right? Because I guess he assumes me putting a chain down is me turning my back. But actually, all I wanted was the best. From there, right? I even said to Patar afterwards, right? Even before this, actually. I come out of hospital. My account has been fleeced by Patar. Steals millions from me, right? Just drains my bank accounts. So they're proving that they just need my money to make to fund the gang.
So what?
Hang on. So that's why I fired everyone, right? Cut off access. Fired everyone from my businesses because they took all of the money. Because clearly, that's what the gang needs from me from the most, right? Needs the money from me.
I feel like if you truly cared for us, you would just give us everything. It's just money.
No, because that's
if we cared about
that's
you,
the root of the
we wouldn't have accepted it.
Winston, you ain't listening.
It's only money.
That's the root of the issue. The money is what causes the issue. The money stops people moving. It makes you lazy. It makes you complacent. It means you haven't got anything to wake up and have purpose for. There's no purpose in the gang and no strive to achieve for more because the money is already there. They look at me and go, Tommy's got the money. It's all good. It's not just money. It fucks people over. People grind every day. They can do banks. They do everything. They try and be better as people for money. It's not just nothing. It's not just money. It's the main issue what that gang has.
I just want to have a family and spend my time with my people.
Yeah, and I wanted that too, and I wanted it to be what was best for them. I want people to actually push forward and know that if they didn't change, then they're going to have a harsh reality and a harsh wake-up call from the rest of the city, which has already happened anyway, but it happened again and again and again, to the point of morale will be so low that no one would be there anymore. Everyone would just drop their chains. So I tried to nip it in the bud early, right? But it turns out people had other ideas. So I've now been shot, and everyone turned their back on me, and now everyone obviously is not on my side. I've given Patar the chance. I said, look, give me all the money back, or I'll cause a ton of issues for you, right? Just to give him the ultimatum, see where his head really lies. Does he care about you guys, or does he care about the money? So I said, give me all the money back, or I'll make a whole world of issues for you lot. He don't care. He wants you guys to suffer. He wants the money.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
You know his heart is in the right place.
It ain't. If his heart was in the right place, if his heart was in the right place, he would have shot SK.
To them, you're the enemy right now.
Because of that. They
because of money.
Yeah, because I blew up the
block.
So
money bought Tommy T.
To show them that I meant
money
business.
Is more valuable to Tommy T than his own family ever was.
No, it's not the money for me. I just know that money fucks everyone else over. Money doesn't fuck me over.
Gold Rush fucked us over. I haven't seen a dime from Gold Rush, never will I either.
Well, every war you participated in was Gold Rush funded, mate. Every gun you used was Gold Rush.
I didn't lose many guns.
But every gun you used, every gun you shot in the past 9 months or a year, I paid for. Just know that.
Not true.
See that bench that Star had?
Yes.
Guess where all those materials, guess where all that money came from to do it all? Me.
You don't think I know that?
Maybe you do.
Isn't that your purpose as a gang leader, to make sure we have what we need to go on beyond means? Yeah, you're acting like we should give you a diploma and thank you for that.
It was, but I still want people to strive for more and evolve and adapt. And if they're not doing that because the money's stopping them, then that I'm also the issue. Which I've said that to Patar and I said that to you guys, to your faces.
We can sit and talk about this and that or whatever, but when it comes down to it, a family has its head, right? It has his father, and I feel like you walked out on us. Fine, you don't love us anymore. That's okay. I wouldn't have done whatever has happened. I would have told you. I hope you.
Why can't I walk out and just sit and watch?
I would have let you. I would have let you.
So why couldn't I? Why can't I just walk away and watch from the side and it help?
Because people love you so much that losing you is so hard, Tommy.
What? So just shoot me instead? So now you lose me entirely.
The only way to try to rebuild
me. So you just lost my chain, right? You could have lost me in that front.
You want an explanation?
Go for it.
We've seen, as you said, but nobody has a bigger heart than Patar.
Because he was loved. Sorry?
But everybody takes his kindness for weakness. I've warned them about this so many times, me included. You get complacent. Instead of calling this and that and this person and this, you call Patar because he knows everybody and he has everything. Now, that is a problem is not his fault. That's our fault. We are the weak ones here, not Patar. Anybody who's too kind to be insulted or used, it's not his fault. It's everybody around him. It's the system. It's the people using easy targets who are the problem. That's my mentality, and it always has been. I'm just grateful for having a friend who does everything for us. And you went and called him deadweight. After everything he's done for you, Tommy, he's the reason Gold Rush is what Gold Rush is today. He loved you with his whole heart and soul, and you have the guts to stand in front of him and say that he's Deadwood? Fuck you, Tommy. If you want to leave, then just go on about it. Don't show your face.
How's that work?
I don't want you back. And I wish nobody wanted you back. But they love you more than I do.
Why would I want to come back when I've been shot?
You shouldn't.
So why would I?
You shouldn't.
So the difference is, I called someone out and just tried to make
And
them better. I called someone out, try to make them better, right? Try and give some harsh truths and some harsh realities. I get shot instead. I think
it's game over,
I know exactly what's worse. I know who cares the most.
Well, you're claiming you do?
Yes, it's very evident because I didn't shoot anyone. There's two very different things: shooting someone and leaving them to die, or me giving you a harsh truth about how I feel about you.
And I said this to SK as well.
If me giving a harsh truth about how I feel to make you better is turning my back on you, then I'm not a real friend.
Yes, but the difference is, brother, once you leave that chain on the ground, he warned you about it. How would that make him look? If you are truly gone, and we care about MDM and the family apparently so much, right? And you're gone. You're gone. It's finito. It's the end. And he gave his word that I ain't gonna let you do that. And we saw what happened to Patar when he didn't follow through his words and when he failed as a leader. You think SK want that to happen? SK has a mountain to climb, brother. I respect him for pulling that trigger, even though it was the wrong call. Good on him. But he shouldn't have done that.
It's not what Mandem is, though, is it? And I know, because I made it. And it ain't what Mandem is.
You shot people for less.
That's Southside shit. You know it is.
You shot people in your gang for less.
Like what? Give me an example.
Dwayne.
Oh, you don't want to get started on Dwayne.
I gave you an example.
You don't know half the story on Dwayne.
I don't.
So don't say Dwayne.
It doesn't matter what you have done and what we have done or whatever. This whole thing is a circus. I just wish that you would have put it on a better way that people could accept it. I wish they didn't beg you to stay. Who the fuck's beg anybody to stay? You want to leave? Well, there's the front door, brother. Thank you for everything you have done. We love you forever. That's what I would have done. You're not happy with us. You want to do your own thing, go out and do and have fun and whatever. I respect that. And I think that is what you should do. But the whole thing, the whole approach, I feel like everybody's felt that you're aggressive, that you're giving up on us and things, and that's on you. It's okay to leave. You're okay to leave. You've done your part here, brother. I just feel like you've gone about it on the very wrong way because everybody feel like you left in an aggressive way. Very aggressive way. And you talking about money and things. What money got to do with it, brother? Nothing. What's the black got to do with it? Nothing. Brother, I'll put a camp, I'll put a tent in the woods and call that MDM block, and I'm gonna love that in every forest, every tree of that part, brother. I'll throw my chain in the river, but it doesn't matter. I'll put another chain. I'll call that the MDM chain. That's what the MDM is, brother. Not material things, man.
I don't have to reply to that. What did you just say?
I'm not disappointed you feel like you wanted to leave. I respect that and I understand it. I just wish you would have gone about it in a better way. Knowing you're the bigger man, you're the smart one, you're the founder, you're everything, Tommy. You should have made us realize you're smart.
How?
Leave in a way where we wouldn't be in this.
I tried to leave in a way. Just blame others and not yourselves. I tried to leave in a very peaceful way. I literally tried to. I gathered everyone together and made sure that I explained myself properly. You guys don't get in your little stupid heads. And that ain't my fault. It ain't my fault.
maybe you're right.
One day you'll see it, Winston. I know you will. It's time people in that gang started taking accountability for their actions and learned how to move forward.
You know what the problem always has been, right? I understand that you couldn't be here 24/7 here, but we've never had a leader that could pull us in that direction. You know that, right? When you looked upon every single one of us, yeah, that wasn't you. Nobody other than you could have led us. You know that, right? When you look upon us, every single one that has a chain around their neck, could you point a finger and say, okay, that might have worked?
No, so I didn't pick anyone.
Exactly. Many of us could. Jay could, but he does not have that fire no longer. Maybe he comes back. SK can or could, but he needs to show a lot of persistency, you know? Stay in it and do it for all of us. Now, he's shown that for these couple of days. I believe in him. Even I could, but I don't have time and I don't want to.
Same issues with combat, mate, so...
What a mess. I was the one advocating. I was screaming out of my lungs. It turns out he's back on family. But you know, when the dust settles and the voices in your head gets quiet and you don't no longer have that hate within you, even me, Tommy, even me couldn't have pulled that trigger. Never.
Maybe it's SK and Patar you got to worry about more than you think.
Nah.
Because, I mean, I've only been out the gang a day and I've heard things that I shouldn't have heard, so...
Don't do that. You're better than that, Tommy.
Better than what? I am better than that. That's why I'm saying it.
No, because if you were better than that, you wouldn't have wished that upon us.
Like what?
I know what you're trying to do. There was bombs coming onto the block, hitting Ved.
Yeah, showing Patar
almost
business,
hitting.
but Patar don't care.
That was you?
Patar would rather see you guys get hurt. I gave Patar the option, I told you. Money,
so gang leader,
money or issues. He wants the issues, so
gang leader on Monday, blow everybody up on Thursday. That's your way about it.
Well, 7 p.m. saving SK, trying to save SK from the police. 8 p.m. getting shot by SK. So, you tell me, mate.
Yeah, none of y'all motherfuckers know what loyalty and respect
Fucking
is.
Craig David lyric. Monday. That was cold.
Oh, it's days like this when I realize just stay in Jamaica and not come back no more. 37
that might be a
years
good
old.
idea, honestly. Honestly, if I was you, I'd put that chain down and go enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I will put that chain down.
Because things are only going to get worse.
When it falls off me after being shot.
Maybe SK will do it.
I hope he does. That chain is... It's literally a tattoo, brother. Even if people wanted to throw that away from me, they couldn't. It's stick to me now. It's part of me.
Bro's
It's my soul.
See now at this point. He wants to die. He's ready for the death.
I wish you would have felt the same, Tommy. But now I know.
My angle is right. In a sense of... Because they agree with it. But then they also say, but you have to be family and not put your chain down. So it doesn't make sense, really. Obviously, I could just keep them out, though. That's probably the better option was to keep them out, maybe. But this is more fun. What do I give Saint? Do I give Saint the thing of ask Patar SK, or is it a case of I give Saint a chance to chat to me? Do I trust Saint? I'm gonna say I'm one call away, like Chingy. Just plant seeds, mate. Call Suarez, or he didn't text me, did he? I texted him saying, "What's up?" He didn't reply, so I had no reason to call him. Was a Patar text? Am I dead to you? So I feel like it's the angle he's gonna play. Is money what you want, nothing else. You'll be dead to everyone soon. Might drop. Am I dead to you? No, just Deadwood. Steve, I've got a reason to call Steve though. I need to eat. I think we dropped enough seeds for today. I think I can plant more stuff for tomorrow, but I think we've seeded. I wasn't expecting a Winston call, to be fair, so that was quite cool. I need I haven't to need him in so long that, like, what, a year ago. That was how I was asking for job offers. TLDR note. Yeah, but I called him and said I didn't answer, so I texted him saying it didn't come through, or that's what he didn't answer. Sorry, I said what's up. He hasn't replied, so I would assume he's not around in the world. I need a VPN, didn't I? I realised this. I didn't ask for a VPN. Someone wrote in chat. That's a cold, isn't it? Just trying to let me know that I'm there. Like he's awake. And Ved. Right, we'll carry on cooking, I guess. Some seasoning there. Right, yeah, I'm putting a bounce. I'm gonna go get some food that I've needed for a long time. I'll be around tomorrow. I've got a shoot tomorrow, but after shoot, I'll be around. Thank you for the stream. Appreciate you. Anyone who stayed for the Fortnite bar as well, I really appreciate you. Thank you, as always. Because obviously, that means we can get more of those in the future. Should we raid Rami because he's back? We could raid Rami. Little welcome back to Twitch, Rat Rage, you know. I should hop on Prodigy at some point just for the fun and go check it out and chill them for a little bit. Do the opposite of what I did in NoPixel and just speed run to them and just say, hey, can I come chill out and do something fun? Do that at some point, shouldn't I, really? Also an easy VOD, easy video too. Anyway, appreciate you all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy. Remember, as always, like I said every time, storylines, it's characters. I'm cool with everyone. Also, weird dons who are weird chatters, it's not scripted. They don't have a clue what I'm doing. I just laugh at them and pull weird Grinch faces at them. Dude, excellent, Mr. Burns. So they don't do shit, just so you know. Or some like, oh, Josh, he scripted it. I didn't do shit, mate. Anyway, farewell, goodbye, have a nice evening.